Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. A Big Ten showdown is coming, conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Wolverines will put toe to leather to crank us up. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense takes the field to start this game off. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways. This guy is very dangerous.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. They'll line up for a second down play. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Wants to throw on first down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. He'll throw on 3rd down. Coming after it. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
You get 5 sacks in a game the way this defense did last week, and it's going to make your offensive coordinator second-guess himself a little bit with respect to protections. I'm not sure how confident this offense is early in the game because they've already given up a sack.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute and put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
First down here for the offense. From the gun to give, looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Morgan. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun. Wants to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Morgan. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Pressure coming. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he breaks into the open. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Locke. Got his man in the middle. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded.
He's loose. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. They go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. Got it in the middle, it's Bell. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. They want to run this quarterback. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
What a 3rd down stop by this defense. 3rd down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They marched 56 yards to the end zone. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
Just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs, get some positive momentum.
And the Badgers will hustle to the line. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. The Badgers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Stewart. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Big Ten schedule sort of ate these guys up last year. They're looking for a better performance this time around.
Yeah, and it eats a lot of people up, obviously being such a tough conference. But if you look at the way you start the season, a lot of times, that's when you build your motor.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
On third down, going up top. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Scanning the field, it's locked. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Anytime you play this offense, the challenge is stopping this quarterback from running the ball. And you've already seen in this game, he's been able to break off a few runs and do some nice things. That time, though, the defense had his number and tackled him for a loss.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're facing a third down. They'll run play action. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A first down for the offense. Quarterback on the keeper. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. And here comes the offense on second down. Defense in press coverage. They'll run it on the counter. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Wants to throw. It's locked. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Get it out on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Got it past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you can tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Wide receiver shows motion. He'll do it himself. Oh, what a move to get open. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Fresno State dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. To the air on first down. He'll get rid of it. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Looking for a man. It's locked. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Complete to the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him.
And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting the sack.
Brings up 2nd down.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Ann Arbor. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
The Badgers will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. 1st down from the 43. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking for a deep man. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. They're going to mark this one at the 15. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, And now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got to score. You got to stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
And the Badgers are in the hurry-up. To the ground. He's got it again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. To the air. It's locked. Heaves it deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run. Going for it all. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. 1 more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Getting some heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's locked. He makes the connection. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Badgers will line it up on 1st and 10. looking to move it through the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Badgers! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. Good, solid tackle.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You've got to get it back.
Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football...
He lets one fly deep. Grabs it inside the 15. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that receiver had nobody around. That's got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Back to pass, it's Luck. Keeps it going. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication. And it can...
Oh, look out. The ball's free. The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way. Crosses midfield. The 30. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
What a missed opportunity. You got an opportunity after that drive to go take the lead when you're trailing, and now you turn the football over, give the football right back. Defense needs to come out, bail you out, get a big stop, get the ball back so you can try to take the lead.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Missed an opportunity for a little cushion. The lead is still 5.
Michigan, 21.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's going to pass. The throw. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. Back to throw, it's locked. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.